Hey, this is Steve Handley with Aktion Associates. We're going to take a few minutes today and walk through a high-level presentation of Sage 300 construction and real estate. Uh, what you're looking at on the screen now is the entry point where you launch the program. This is what you see. Sage 300 gives you a great visibility into your data, enabling you to make strong decisions regarding your projects and understanding where they are at any given time. So just to go through some navigation, we're going to start with just showing you a little bit of what these series of tabs here at the top of this web looking menu can do for you. So these are all customizable as far as you can tailor them to whatever individuals or roles in your organization might demand. So you can start with just generally a website. This is an access to a website. You can actually have your internal website, places to put company announcements, etc. People could see that right off the bat as soon as they launch the program. The next tab over, you have immediate access to Sage's knowledge base, their chat, and support. So you'll have a login here as your program. You'll be able to chat with a support technician, as well as you'll be able to search the Sage knowledge base for any kind of questions or processes you may need to know. So the rest of the tabs are just access to your data. So we've got several ways of looking at your data, presenting it to you so you can see it. This one is an overall financial summary of the organization. So you can scroll down here a little bit and see that you've got just basic information that a CFO, controller, executives may want to see as far as where they are at the projects, the summaries, profitability, where you're at from aging, from payables to receivables, and even cash balances a little bit. So you can see where you're at from a financial position. Nice information. Then back here at the top, there's some drill downs. So you can actually go in and look at a detail information on job profitability. So now you can actually see information job by job. The next one is more of for a project manager. And this is a great tool for them to be able to see kind of a one-page summary of their project. So we can see here we're looking at one particular project or job, Northwest Foods Warehouse. You can see we've got access to information on the profitability, the cash position, so we can see we're a little bit cash negative on this particular project, but we're also in a good position of billing against our costs. So it's good information to see. You've got a nice place to look at your cost type summaries, including based your cost to date against your estimates, kind of where you're at with the various documents control for project management. Up at the top here, you also have additional drill down, so you can drill into the cost code breakdown for this particular project and start to see a little bit more information to understand what's going on. So you can see where your original budget or estimate is, any kind of approved changes, revised estimate, total commitments. This is your subcontracts and purchase orders that have been issued against the project, what your job to date cost, and what your balance is on your estimate. So again, this is at the cost code level, so you can see that quite well. We'll go back to the main report. You can see other information regarding this project. You can see your open invoices. This is a really nice view for a project manager to see what subcontractors have billed them, what's been paid. You can see, and they can kind of confirm that yes, these are good payments. They're not billing ahead of the production, and things like that. Another report that you can see again straight off the entry point here is a little bit more detailed. Still, we're looking at the same job, but now I'm already going ahead and looking just a little bit more detail at the cost code structure and all the cost types, which is a great way of looking and seeing exactly where a job might be going a little bit awry. So, and even we're highlighting particular areas where we're over our estimate, what the variance is, and then you can go in and drill in and look at a little more detail, regarding those particular cost transactions, so you can see exactly what makes up that number. So those are some great ways of project managers, finance people, being able to see exactly what your data looks like. This is a BI business intelligence tool called Aktion Analytics. So it gives you similar information, but again, you can do this disconnected from the office, if you will. All you need is a browser and an internet connection. So you can see we've got similar information of where the projects are against their contract, work build, cost versus estimates in graphical form. Scroll down a little bit, you can see we've got that same information that you saw earlier in tabular form. So you can see job estimates, changes, where we're at with the change order processes, where you're at with the billing on various jobs, etc. And you can always drill into an individual job just by clicking on it. That will open a separate tab or a separate window. So when you click on that, you drill into the individual jobs. You can see at the top left, we've got our job number, similar information. Scroll down, now we've got the job breakdown data just for this job. We can also, this is summarized by our groups. We can hit the plus sign. That expands out to see all the detailed cost codes within the project. What we can do now is, again, this whole Sage 300 construction real estate, the whole program, you can tailor it to be formatted for your role-based users so they can see or have quick access to things that they do on a regular basis. When we hit the very top menu bar, here you can see all the applications that you may have purchased. But more importantly, you can set up favorites. This is, again, a shortcut for people to be able to do things like an accounts payable person may have a couple of things they do on a regular basis. A billing person, what they do is manage their billings, manage their payments, manage their rate tables, etc. Payroll processing, enter time, import time, change, print checks, make payments. So these are things you could actually very easily customize this kind of information, for the roles or individual users, so they don't have to hunt, find, scroll through many menu items. They can go straight to what they do on a day-to-day basis. Some of the other things we have that's really nice is you've got again, access to your data is key. So if we want to look at some detailed information on a particular project, we'll scroll into here to one of the inquiries. This is a tool that's available within Sage 300 to allow you to look at your data. Again, same thing, we're looking at all your data, but it gives you a lot of different options for drill downs and looking at it. So this is just a straight cost spreadsheet. We can double click here, drill into our detail. So now you're looking at your cost codes, your labor, subcontract, etc. But we can also flip this over and look at things a little bit differently. So we can actually look at our cost to complete numbers. So where we've got some estimated cost to completes, so we can manage forecasting within the tool set as well. So lots of different ways you can see, manage, manipulate, look at your data available for everyone. Is our service management tool set. More importantly, it's called Sage Service Operations or Sage Field Operations. What that gives you is an ability to be able to issue work orders for service tickets for maintenance, repair, preventative maintenance, things like that you might do in your organization. But and you've got a dispatch board. Again, this is web driven, so this can be done anywhere. Dispatch folks can be working at remote offices, in home offices, virtually, as well as the office. You'll be able to schedule work orders out by day, by time, to individuals. We also have the ability to manage skill sets, so that if somebody has a wrong skill set to do a particular task, that will give you a warning. You can hover over any one of these work orders. You'll see the detailed information as far as who the location is, who the customer is, what's the urgency, and a brief description of what the work order is requiring to be done. The scheduling is quite easy. You can go in here and identify any one of these work orders, simple drag and drop. We're going to take this particular one. Let's schedule that for Saturday, for example. Literally just drag, drop it, moves over. At the bottom, you can see we've got some unassigned work orders. Those are ones we haven't assigned to technicians yet. Same thing, click, drag, drop them in, and they get scheduled for the individual. You've got different ways of looking at your data, from a week, next 2 week view. You can look at a month, can even go in and selectively choose what day of the week you want to look at. You also have the capability of defining how you group your employees or technicians. So you can group them by team leaders, supervisors, etc., or you can group them by uh, work functionality. So like here, I've got electrical division and all the work orders associated with the electrical division. So you can do some things like that, managing it, keeping things simple, straightforward, easier for people to find the data and manage. So this is work orders. You also have complete ability to manage scheduling job activities as well. So we can choose jobs, select a job, for example. This is our Northwest Foods warehouse again. So we can choose and schedule various different work activities or by cost codes and schedule them into the dispatch board as well. Let's collapse that just a little bit. So let's go in and let's schedule our exterior signs. We're going to assign that to Terry to do tomorrow. And now you'll see that set. And this time when you hover over it, you notice that you've got the job information as well, not just a work order. So you've got a place to go see what everybody's doing, whether they're working on a job or they're managing a work order, what's scheduled for them. We can also schedule time off as far as vacation days, etc. So you can see, what time frames that are blocked out for any individual. This also is this is tooled or designed to be managed on a mobile device, a phone, iPad, Galaxy. Typically when a technician will sign in using their device, they will see an assignment screen. So what they see is the assignments that have been assigned for them for this week. You'll see here, here's the work orders that have been assigned to me this week. Then from here, you can actually go in, look at the details of the work order. They can go ahead. They can see what pieces of equipment, if there's any equipment assigned to it. They can go in, look at they can go agreements if there's agreements that are found, etc. So they can see this information. They can go create attachments. So they can take pictures from the phone. You can create service reports. These things can be created and attached and sent to the customer, to the back office, and all that kind of anything else. Technician can also go create a new work order at the same time in case they discover some additional work that needed to be done. We're going to build this one out and fill in the different various information that's needed. They can generate the work order right here. Stuff is broken. So they can actually create a work order from their device and it could be scheduled accordingly. Now they can do the same type of thing. Status is open. You see what's going on. They can go in and create a report. They can create a service checklist. We've got a checklist. You can create a report. A photo report. They can do that. When they're all done, they can create the service ticket. Customer can come down, sign down here at the bottom. Excuse me, down here. Customer can sign. And then accept, continue. And now you've got this work order, service report attached to the work order. So anyway, so that's a real quick. We can go back to the dispatch board. We can also look at it from a map view, as well as again the schedule view that we had before. So again,